Hello guys and welcome. So in this video I wanted to answer the question, what is Horizon Zero Dawn? So the game was developed and released in early 2017 by Guerilla Games. It was published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for PlayStation. It's been a PlayStation exclusive ever since, but there is a potential for a PC release at some point this year, but we're still waiting on confirmation for that. Now, the developers over at Guerilla Games, they did a very, very fantastic job on this game and on the engine as well. So the game is clearly above average when it comes to graphical performance compared to other titles. And I'm going to link in the description an interesting documentary about how they made their engine. So basically, the way it works is that we can see on screen what we can see, okay? But everything that's not on screen gets unloaded to free up the memory of the PlayStation. That is what allows the game to be so extra beautiful, essentially, is because it does memory management very, very well. Because memory management when developing games on consoles is one of the biggest, let's say, barriers, at least for the current generation and especially for PlayStation 3. Now, as you can see here, there's a robot here which is patrolling, so ideally it's best to avoid, or I mean, right now I'm very powerful so I can easily take it out, but at the beginning it's easier to avoid them. Now, the game is based around range combat, so you can see I've got bow and arrow. I can have all sorts of different types of ammo. So, he spotted me up there. Different types of ammo, like, and different traps and different whatever to help take down the enemies. Also, as well, in the sort of combat, you can dodge roll, you can hide in the bushes, you can scan your surrounding areas and so on. Now, the game itself is open world, so if I show you the map and we zoom out a bit, so look, this is the main area of the game. It's absolutely enormous. You can spend dozens and dozens of hours if you want to explore nearly everything, like I have, for example, because I was obsessed with this game when it came out. And the expansion, the Frozen Wilds, is based in this new area up here. Now, when you mark missions on the map, you see it automatically sets a line of how you get there. In the game, you get the ability to tame some robots in order to make them into mounts, basically. So you can use them to travel around and so on. But when it comes to really far traveling, you should be able to teleport straight from one camp to the other that you've explored previously. Now, the journey that the main character Aloy is on is to essentially not only unite the clans, but to discover the truth as to why we ended up in this point. Because basically, with these sort of things, these sort of worlds, like, there's always an air of mystery. Like, as, you know, the beginning of Lord of the Rings, you know, rumor, whispers fall into legend, legend fall into myth, and so on. So there's a lot of, we don't know what happened, and you need to discover it and rediscover it. So yeah, I'm trying to avoid the robots for now. Now, you will have potentially a lot of fun in the game, or at least I did. I had a lot of fun in the game just exploring and just seeing what everything was. But there is a main story quest line as well. The more that you explore, the more that you gather materials from robots and so on, the more you can upgrade your gear, the more you can like have an easier time. If you just skip ahead and do the story only, you might get towards the end of the game and then be like, oh crap, I've got no upgrades to do anything, and I just get obliterated by some of the monsters in the game. As with any typical RPG, the optional bosses are way more difficult than the story bosses, so much so that you really do have to explore a lot. Now, one thing about this game which I thought was very interesting, the engine behind it, especially the engine, is that this engine was actually gifted by Guerilla Games to Hideo Productions, and they used this engine on Death Stranding. So in case you recognize the big giraffe-looking robots, and maybe you saw them in Death Stranding, it's because it's the same engine. And because when anyone is, or any company is starting a new studio, having a game engine is one of the biggest costs and one of the biggest technical challenges. So Guerrilla Games obviously believed in Hideo Kojima, and they wanted to make his life as easy as possible by giving him this engine. So yeah, like why not? So if you don't know who Hideo Kojima is, he is famed for creating the Metal Gear Solid series, but that's a topic for a different video. Now, with this game as well, because you have these different style of combat, you choose how you're going to approach things. You could choose, for example, to lasso the robots and take them out with your melee attacks up close, or you could just try and be so good with your aim if you have the right type of ammo to take the robots down. But sometimes that is not a good idea. Sometimes it is better to be up close and personal and really whack them. Now, you don't have to worry about Aloy. She is formidable. She is very, very strong. But you also do have to be careful. So, like at the very beginning of the game, even the easiest robots can kill you. So you have to really be prepared for that. But as with every game, you start off, you're worried about the simplest mobs, and then later on, when you level up, you'll be able to like one-shot them, essentially. That. So you can see at the top right of the screen that I'm like level 52. So I've played this game a hell of a lot. So if I wanted to carry on the game now, for example, I'll carry on with the quests I was doing, clear out all the world map and so on, and just explore. But there is a lot of reward for exploring. There's also in the game crafting, so you can upgrade your weapons, you can equip extras, modifications onto them, you can get different types of potions, you can increase your carry capacity for potions, for ammo and things like that. And you can see your quest list here. And you have your notebook. The notebook is to essentially talk about what you've discovered in the world and so on. You have this entire talent tree. As you can see, I've already finished it except for these 4 skills, but I've got all the others. So you can eventually level up and get every skill. But you just choose what is more important for you based on your play style when you go through the game. So I can't recommend this game enough. I know I say that for nearly every video, but it's simply a case of if I wasn't really interested in a game, I wouldn't make a video about it. So as simple as that. So this game was absolutely fantastic when it came out. Because it was so unbelievably beautiful, there was a lot of people who took pictures in photo mode, and they really just wanted to show off the amazingness of the world, basically. Now, when it comes to, for example, healing, you see I just picked up some berries. So at the top left, you see that I not only have my health, you see 720 or 720, but there's also that green bar below it. That's like extra healing I have, extra herbs, extra food, berries, whatever, which I can then consume to restore my health. So, but don't think that it's really easy to survive. Like, the wrong robot could take out most of your health in like one hit, so you have to be really careful. So it is worth dodge rolling and being careful with what you're doing. But as I say, guys, this game, great game. We'll see if it comes out on PC. Hopefully it will. I think every gamer should play this, and the combat is so fun. When I took out some of the hardest mobs in the game, there was a robot that was basically like a T-Rex, and I managed to take it out. So, yeah, like, I can't recommend this game enough. I really can't. It was so good, and who knows if there will be a Horizon Zero Dawn 2. We'll have to just simply wait and see. So, Guerilla Games did a fantastic job in this game. Hopefully they're working on something new. They could keep releasing expansions for the game, but it might be better at this point to just work on Horizon Zero Dawn 2. And so we can explore a bit more. Aloy is, like I said, she's a formidable woman. She, the story of her as you're the protagonist, like you play as Aloy the whole game. You don't ever play as anyone else. So the idea is simply that she doesn't really belong to any particular clan. So she's actually an outcast, but she is able to unite all the clans with the work she does, and she basically. Sorry, let me just make sure I'm not going to be attacked. And she basically goes towards the truth of discovering why is a world like this. Like, because this is in a, like I said, post-apocalyptic world where it's so far in the future, people have forgotten why this has even happened. So, yeah. So, please enjoy the game, guys. Highly recommended. You can probably get it at a discount now because it's been out for a couple of years. It's one of those unmissable games, and I can't recommend it enough. Okay, guys? So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I'm glad you guys like the What Is series, and I am still enjoying making them. So we'll see if I can just keep this going every day. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can watch a random video over there. You can watch the latest upload down there, or you can click down here to subscribe. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.